What's up, guys? Welcome to this episode 17 of the road to 100 million gold. So last week we had a positive week with some nice increases to my total gold, with about 476 more than the week before. And today the trend continues this week. I have another pretty good week on my hands in terms of the overall numbers, while still investing a decent chunk of gold, as we will see. So that's very nice. We are now trending in the right direction. We'll dive into the numbers. If you like this video series, then make sure you leave a like and a comment below. Let me know if there's something you'd like to see on these. I definitely want to see if there's something in particular I can address to make them even more interesting for you guys. So, without further ado, let's just take a look at the numbers. So currently we're sitting at just over 25 mil. This is not the first time I'm over 25 million, of course, but it's nice to be back there. We see a total increase of about 436k, and this is while investing quite a bit on several of my realms. So you can see that we are investing on the Shatar, where we have less gold increase than we've spent gold. We are investing quite a bit of our surplus on Ravencrest. We are continuously investing on Stormscale, Les Sentinelles, Doomhammer. We have spent a good chunk of gold this week. And we're still coming out with 400k more than we started the week with. So that's very, very positive. Other things that are very positive is that I beat last week in terms of sales. We're sitting at 300k more in sales, which is primarily coming in on Draenor. So sort of the other realms are very similar to last week, with a total of 800k this week and 800k last week. But then we got 250k more on Draenor, which mostly came in over the weekend. So I'm not sure if I did anything right, or I was just lucky, or maybe I restocked at the right time. A little bit uncertain of that, but that was at least very nice. So we managed to increase our current gold by about 600k on Draenor. Of course, we have been gold capped on Draenor. Did not reach gold cap this week, or maybe we did on the reset day. I don't actually remember now. But it's not important. We're hovering and even increasing our gold slightly. So we will very soon we'll see this number start sustaining at more than 10 million, which is going to be pretty cool to see. Pretty cool to see indeed. So yeah, we've bought battle pets primarily. I bought battle pets on Les Sentinelles. I bought some Island Expedition gear, I think, on Stormscale, and some other random flipping items. And we bought battle pets and random flipping items on Doomhammer as well. We will see if we can find some more. I sold a lot of monolith ore this week, which has still been a great flipping market. So I do want to run some shopping scans for some of these items a little bit more often across my realms this week, just to see what we can do. We're continuing the trend of my main realm being a very dominant portion of my sales, almost 3/4, 75%. Of my sales this week were on Draenor, but just 40% of my gold is on Draenor. So long term, the percentage of my gold on Draenor should increase if this continues, assuming I have roughly the same profit margin. Of course, I don't think my profit margin in Shadowlands has been particularly high when it comes to crafting professions. I think my overall profit margin on Draenor since Shadowlands started has been really, really low. So that is something to consider. I've added some markets this week. I've been doing more alchemy, more cooking, more of some of the side markets I haven't really been engaging in. I think my experience so far is that I don't have the time to dedicate to them. You definitely need to be way, way more on top of your material prices, and be very careful about what prices you actually buy materials at. So to do that, I'd have to spend some time looking at the Undermine Journal pricing to figure out, like, okay, this is actually, like, historically a good price to consistently find cheap herbs at. And then utilize that to gain a competitive edge over your competition, because they are very competitive. And you have to repost on the reset days. That's where you get the sales. That's when prices go up again, and you can actually make some money. outside of reset days, it's been really terrible. I have a bunch of potions that are just not getting posted at the moment, which is what it is. Not much to do about that, but yeah. So I'm not sure if there's anything else to look at here. Of course, Battle Pet sales. I have quite a large stockpile, the largest stockpile I've had in a while for Battle Pets, which is nice, and which does lead to some relatively consistent weekly sales, even if the specific realms will vary every week, obviously. If we look at Draenor right now, obviously you can see that I'm sitting on a bunch of food and potions and stuff like that, which I have to wait for the reset day to sell, because all of this is showing red profits according to TSM. And I do not have a sophisticated setup, which is definitely holding me back. I also figured out that for these Island Expedition items, my profit settings had been wrong on my main realm. So these were being posted, or rather not being posted when they should have been, such as this one, which is something I bought for 3,000 gold back at the end of BFA, and where the current price is 20,000 gold, but the market value on my realm is 40,000. So I wanted to post it way too high and didn't want to post it at 20,000, which is obviously huge profit for me. So I've done some changes. I might actually have to make some more changes to that market, but we will see. But yeah, for sales, obviously on Draenor, you're not gonna be surprised to see what we are selling here. We are obviously selling huge amounts of we sold a lot of 168 gear, but also a lot of legendaries. Very obviously, if you look at the last 7 days, it's gonna be a huge amount of legendaries that dominates the top money here. If we look at the last week in sales, obviously we'll find the same 2.3 million we did on the other side. As you can see, I think we gold capped very slightly on Thursday when I collected auctions, and then of course we went and spent more money again. But just looking at this graph, you can see how low my overall profit margin in Shadowlands has been, because I have generated 111 million gold in sales, but I only have 8.5 million gold profit from that, which is very, very low, and much lower than my historical profit margin has been in other expansions. So in BFA and Legion, I was consistently at 20 to 30% profit margin. So I do think that the lack of BOE flipping has definitely hurt me a lot, and I'll have to keep thinking very hard about how I want to fill that void, because I do need to change something. Otherwise, this is going to continue to be a much slower trek to 100 million than I was hoping for. So we'll see if I can figure something out. I've been testing out a little bit, nothing major yet, but I will keep looking and hunting to see if there's some way I can get into some high value markets where that can really accelerate my sales, but we'll see. Either way, next week is gonna be more grinding in the same markets primarily, see what gold I can generate, and I'll be back. Leave a like, leave a comment. Hopefully you're enjoying this series, and we'll see you on the next one.